Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. We are reading from chapter 4, the Yoga of the Division of Wisdom, and we were reading verse 6. Though I am unborn of imperishable nature, and though I am the Lord of all beings, yet governing my own nature, I am born by my own Maya. Unlike us, who come here to this world without choice, because of our karma, the Lord chooses to come. The Lord chooses to take a form to which we can relate. Why the Lord incarnates, why the Lord takes a form that we can relate to, this can be explained by a little beautiful story. So there was once a prince, and this prince was the son of a very, very prosperous and righteous king. The kingdom was doing great. Everybody were very, very, very happy. But one day, something happened to the prince, and he got very deluded. He started thinking that he was a turkey. So he dropped all his clothes, went under the table, and started eating breadcrumbs that fell from the table. He thought he was a turkey. The king was very saddened. He said, "This is my son, my heir, a member of the royal family, and he's naked under the table, pretending to be a turkey, thinking that this is what he is." So they tried all sorts of advisors and consultants. Nothing helped. And they were just about to become completely desperate. And one day, a sage comes through town. And he says, "Yes, I can help. I can bring the prince back to believing, feeling, and experiencing his princely nature. But I have one condition. I am going to use some unorthodox methods, and you have to play along with whatever I am doing without disturbing me." Yeah, the king is a little bit concerned, but also very much desperate, says, "Okay, so be it. You can do whatever you need." And as soon as the king says that, the sage takes off his clothes and comes under the table with the prince, and the king is, "Oh my goodness, now we have two. Maybe this situation is contagious, who knows? It's like terrible. Who will help now? I had one, now two. What will happen?" But the king promised not to interfere, so he kept his word. Meanwhile, the sage is under the table with the prince, both of them without clothes, eating breadcrumbs. The prince looks at the sage and says, "Who are you?" And he says, "I am your friend Turkey." And the prince says, "Yeah, you, turkey? How come you are a turkey?" And he says, "Look, you are a turkey, right? I look exactly like you. Look at my body, look at my form, look at how I talk. So you're a turkey, I'm a turkey. Let's play." The prince is satisfied and starts enjoying the company of the sage. And after a few days, the sage puts on underwear, some clothes. And the prince says, why are you doing this?" And he says, "You know, we turkeys can also wear something. No problem. You see, I am a turkey. I'm wearing things. No problem. Do you want to wear something too?" And the prince says, "Okay." So now both of them are dressed. And like this, every few days, the sage introduces something new again and again, a little bit of different food. And like this, until the prince comes from under the table and he asks the sage, is it okay for a turkey to be by the table and not under? And the sage tells him, it is okay for you, because you are not a turkey, you are the prince. And then the prince wakes up and remembers who he is and assumes his royal duty to the delight of the king and everybody else. What is the message here? Who is the turkey? We are. We are deluded as to our own true nature. But if something that we cannot relate to will come to us and tell us, you are not that, it will be hard for us to associate. So the Lord takes on the form of a person, like in the case of Lord Rama in the Ramayana, like in the case of Lord Krishna here, like in other stories of avatars. Again, you can read the Srimad Bhagavatam, so that we can relate. There is a form, now we can relate, and with this form comes a lila, a life story of the Lord. So the Lord appears to also be behaving like a normal person. In the case of Lord Krishna, he was a sweet baby, he was stealing butter and harassing the neighbors, and then a great lover, and then a great king. So there is a whole story going on in the background. But this is just the sage pretending to be a turkey, so that we will be able to learn and to recognize our true essential nature, which is not a turkey, meaning it is not this weak body-mind complex that we are associating ourselves with, but it is the present, omnipotent, and omniscient nature of the truth itself, the Supreme. So this is just an illustration, a nice story, illustrating why the Lord comes in this form. And what is the mission of the Lord in this form, we will see in the next verses, in the next videos. Please join us. Om Shanti.